Guys, when it comes to solar power, there seems to be a lot of confusion, especially about what you need, how the components go together, and how much power you actually need. And how much power you need will depend on, of course, what you intend to do. If you want to power your home with everything that's going on right now inside your home, with all the big screen TVs, or a lot of people have these things anyway, not everyone, but a lot of people. The big screen TVs, the freezers, the refrigerators, the air conditions, everything that goes into keeping a modern home comfortable and convenient to live in. If you try to supply the power through solar to live up to that standard, to do all those things as you do normally when you're on the grid without any difficulty, you just pay your bill to the electric company and flip the switch and everything works. If you try to do the same thing to provide the same amount of power with solar, you're going to get into thousands of dollars, and it's going to get into more complicated type systems. If you all read my book, Dirt Cheap Survival Retreat, you'll see that I had solar power when I lived inside of a camper trailer. I lived there for just about, well, this was about 3 years in that camper trailer using solar power. And my power needs was pretty simple. I had the solar panels. They were cheap Harbor Freight solar panels, and I would use those to charge the batteries up and to run 12-volt lights and things like that, and a radio and just a couple of things to charge my laptop up. Nothing major, nothing serious. And the refrigerator that I had in the camper running on propane. The stove, the cooking stove in the camper, ran on propane. I also had a generator which I could plug in the generator to actually charge the batteries up when the solar power wasn't sufficient to do that. So you can go something simple like that. It's one thing about campers, they already have a lot of the 12-volt systems already hooked up that you need, and all the lights and things you actually already need, and the plug-ins and everything's already there. You just have to hook into the system. I talk about that in that book. I'll link that book down in the description box below in case anyone's interested in that. It's also good if you want to use, say, a camper to pull to a ready-made setup bug-out location. But that's a different video on a different topic. You can also live in a camper like I did for a couple of years and save your money to buy something else. But if you want to power your home to a standard that you normally could with on-grid power, you're going to get expensive, and it's going to get more complicated. It's going to get more technical to keep all that, everything working in harmony to provide that power all the time. Now sometimes you can hook it up to provide power back to the electric company, but that's another topic also. I'm not going into that here today. This video is about small emergency solar power. There's different ways you can go about this, but it doesn't have to be expensive and complicated. What I have here on the table, I'll show you here in a minute, is it goes from like $25 to around $500. And this is a good setup here to have for emergency type power. So I'll take the camera off of the tripod here and we'll talk about each one of these things. Well, maybe I'll probably just show it better here like this. The first thing we'll talk about is this little solar charger. We've all seen these in the survival magazines, like American Survival Guide. When that was in, this is a big thing people sold. It's made in China, of course, like everything else is, and pretty much everything else is made in China, especially any type of electronics. This isn't going to provide a whole lot of power, of course. Having small solar panels you can see up here, and this is just made to charge up your rechargeable batteries. There's a little gauge there to show what you're charging and everything, but it'll charge C batteries, AA batteries, AAA batteries, and D-size batteries, you can see. This little unit is it was about $25. I think it was on Amazon. I will go in there and find these and link to this down in the description box below. But it's I think it's $25. I think it was when I bought this 3 years ago. It works. It's not great. You get what you pay for, as they say, but you can recharge your batteries to go in like battery-powered lanterns, your flashlights, your radio, your two-way radios, your AM and FM shortwave type radio, your police scanners run off of batteries. You can use this to charge up those batteries every day, set it out, charge those up. It's convenient, it's usable, it's lightweight, but it's not going to provide a whole lot of power. So like I said, just charge your batteries up, and that's pretty much all today. But for $25, $30, it's hard to beat. You can buy a couple of these and keep a lot of batteries charging at the same time. Another thing is this, and this is getting a little more expensive. This is about $175. This is a sun jack and it has it's 20 watts. This is actually, and you can see it will fold out, and you can actually hang this up. This is good to take camping, and it folds out. It folds in for a compact package. But you can see it has 4 small solar panels, and like I said, the whole thing is 20 watts, and it has a compartment back here at the back where you keep all your accessories. You can has USB cords for different tablets and phones and things. It also has 2 extra batteries where you can charge these batteries up and use these as portable power. Another thing that I bought separately for the Sun Jack is this little battery charger. It simply plugs in, and then it plugs into solar panels, and you can set this out and be charging, and you can be using like your you can be charging up your batteries for your phones, and you can charge up your AA and AAA batteries at the same time. So it works pretty good, but again, it's not going to supply all the power that you're used to. It's good for emergency type power, and it will charge up batteries and charge up these portable battery packs. You can also use it to charge up anything like your cell phone, your tablets, and things like that run off of USB. But it works well, and you get several cords for different things. And you can see here's a little where you plug in USB 1, USB 2. So you can charge several things at once. Like I said, you can be charging one of these batteries up and be charging up your cell phone or your tablet or something like that. And it works. You can be charging your batteries up at the same time. But it's not going to supply a whole lot of power. It's going to keep certain things running, but certain things it's lacking in. Okay guys, this is a huge step above the 2 things I've showed you already. This is more expensive, of course, because with more usability and more efficiency, you have to pay more money. I think this was like about $550 when I bought this about 7 or 8 years ago, I think it was. This is a Renergie Firefly. They don't make this model anymore as far as I know. They make one that's similar to this that's called a Renergie Phoenix. And I looked on Amazon, and it's on Amazon, but right now it says that it is actually not available. So they must have sold out their inventory that they had, so it might come back in. It might come back in stock later. But it's an excellent unit. It's like a suitcase, you can see. It has a handle up here. It has the solar panels are actually up here at the top. We're inside the front part of my garage, and the door is right here to get light into here, but you can see we're in the shade and it's charging right now. It is an excellent unit, and it is excellent for emergency power. Over here it has a flip down door to protect everything in here, and you can see you can plug in the AC 110 volt. It has different outlets here. You can plug in the USBs, you can plug in the DC. You can use this right here, another cord to actually plug it into your wall current inside your house to charge this up. Like you're going to take it camping or something, you want to charge it up, you can charge it up here. But we will run a few things off of this and show you how it works, or how well it works. With this, you can use this to charge up like, you can use something like this. This is an excellent charger. It will charge AAA and AA batteries. I think it's about $30 on Amazon. I bought this here just a while back actually. But you can use this to put your rechargeable batteries in, your AAAs or your AA batteries, and simply plug this in, and then you plug this into the 110 outlet here, flip this on, the switch, and then press this little button here to turn it on. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the lights are on showing this is charging. You can set this out in direct sunlight with the top opened up to have it charging, and you can be charging things and using this all day long, and it never runs out of power because it's constantly charging. So you can set it outside and charge your batteries up. You can plug your laptop into this, you can plug your tablet into this, you can charge your phones with this, you can use this to charge your batteries, of course. You can use this to charge up like your batteries for power tools. You can use this to charge up your flashlights. And it's also, as you can see, it's 110. So you can also run things like a regular light, radios. You can see I just plugged that in here into the unit and we have light. Hope that picks it up on that camera. So we turn this off, and I don't know if you can see this better, guys. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. It looks white to me in the camera there. Let's see here. Off and on. Off and on. That's coming directly from the Renergie unit here. Plugged directly in. So you can use this to run a light. You can use this to run anything that runs off of 110 actually, guys. All the specs are on the back of this, and all the specs are, turn this unit off, save the battery power. All the specs are right there, as you can see, guys. I'm going to focus that in. You can see all the specs, the wattage and the output and the hertz and everything. Now, guys, of course, having more power is always good, but it makes it more difficult, it makes it more complicated, and it makes it more expensive. Now, you can live off grid. Lots of people do it. Like I said, I lived off grid before for almost 3 years in that camper. It can be done, but providing the power that you normally get from the utility company is expensive. So if you don't want to go that route, if you don't need that much power, don't have that type of money to spend, then you can do something like this to keep emergency power on hand. That way, if your power goes out, you can keep your radios going, you can keep your power tools going, you can keep your batteries charged up, you can keep your police scanners, your two-way radios, keeping communications, you can keep a light on at night, and this is portable. So if you need to pack up and leave, you can simply take this with you. It's real easy to take with you, guys. And there's, like I said, there's different versions of this, but you can do something similar to this. They don't make this same one anymore. Like I said, I bought this several years ago. Now we'll go on Amazon and find a few alternatives to link to. You can check them below. But you don't need to have, you don't have to have anyway, as much power as you probably think you need. As long as you can provide the power to keep things going, your lights and your radios and stuff. And there's been people, it's actually people lived for thousands and thousands and thousands of years without any type of electrical power. So it can be done. But I know a lot of people anymore have gotten accustomed to their air conditioning and things like that. And to run an air conditioner off of solar, it's going to take a lot of solar, a lot of money, a lot of output, power output, and for most people it's not feasible. So having something like this for emergencies is about the best that most people can do. Here where I'm at, I'm not off grid anymore. I have power from the electric company. It's quicker to hook up, it's simpler to hook up, it's simpler to keep running, and you have power when you need it, as long as you pay the bill and as long as the power comes from the electric company, because it will go out sometimes, and during some type of emergency it can go out, and a long-term emergency like an EMP or something like that can knock it out for years. So having some sort of backup solar power is definitely recommended. Now, I don't know how much this stuff will cost altogether right now at current prices. Like I said, I will go on Amazon and put a few links down below so you can check stuff out. But just having something simple like this beats having nothing. Even something like this with some rechargeable batteries beats having nothing, because you can actually charge the batteries up to keep your flashlight going and your lanterns going and things like that. Everything runs off a battery. This is, like I said, about $150. It is a good unit for what it's made for. It's actually made for not really emergency power. This is more made to take camping with you, to charge up your cell phones and things like that, what it's actually made for. And a few 4 AAA or AA batteries. It's got, like I said, the power unit you can take with you to charge your 2 batteries up, but it's mainly made for camping. It's not really made for backup power like this is. This is good for camping and backup power, or something similar to this, guys. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, get a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, you like videos about prepping, homesteading, self-reliance topics, and be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. See you next video, guys.